Welcome to Real Bass Lessons. I'm excited today to have my good friend Rob Gourlay here with me again. You probably remember Rob from maybe a month or so ago when we did some work on 2-5-1s and the jazz thing. But we're going to do some of that today, but we're going to assume you already know those licks and we're going to play them over some chord changes. Guess what chord changes? 2-5-1s. I taught a lesson just recently on 2-5-1s. You may want to see that one too. Today we're going to play Rob's licks that he's got. We'll start with one, and let's play it here, Rob, on D minor. Okay? 3, 4. Good. Now that's what we did before. Now we're going to look at a set of 2-5-1s in sequence that's common in jazz. The most common one probably is this D minor, G7, C major. Then we make that the minor. 3, 4. Yes. Puts us in B flat major. Now we make this the minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts us in A flat major. And let's go back to the top of the song. Sure. Excellent. Let's stop for a second. So what we're doing here is D minor, G7, C major. Down a whole step, which means we're going to B flat major, so this C major becomes our minor. Down another whole step, this becomes our 2. Then we take it back to the top. Good, let's play that lick number 1, we'll call it a little bit, okay? A 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Let's go back to the top again. Here comes D minor. That's real good. Good. Now let's switch back to that other 2-5-1 lick you've got. Back to the top. Yeah.
Some Kenny Dorham.
Exactly.
This one bends your ear a little bit more.
Yes, it does. I like it.
Especially when you play it wrong.
Let's do it again. Give you another chance.
Yeah.
Another chance. Top.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A 1, 2,
Here we go.
3. That's it.
Here we go. We got it now.
Excellent. B flat minor. Good, let's stop. Very cool, I love it. If you want to know specifically what I'm doing, look here, it's not real hard. I'm just playing the 2, the 5, the 1, and I'm harmonizing it on my G string. So that's a 10th above, that's a flatted 7th above, there's the 10th, then there's a repeat in the process. Back to the top. Outstanding, Rob, outstanding. Now, let's go use another set of chord changes, and I call these up a whole step. So it'll be D minor, G7, C. Now, if we go up to D major, we'll start on E minor, A7, D major. Go up another whole step, which is E major. So that means a 2 starts on F sharp minor, B7, E. And then we'll go back to the beginning. Let's go back to your first lick, okay? Let's try that. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to that second 2-5-1. Back to the top, D minor. sharp minor. Good, let's stop. That takes it back to the top. Very, very cool. And let's do one more. This is what I call a tritone. And all we're doing is we're doing 2-5 to C major, then going a tritone away, which is F sharp minor, B major, E major. And believe it or not, this is a real common movement in jazz. Then a tritone from that E, B flat minor, E flat, A flat major. Let's try it. Your first lick? A 1, 2, 3, 4. I've heard this one. I like it. Here comes that F sharp minor. Oh yeah, how cool. Good. Let's do your second like this. Back to the top, D minor. Yeah. Let's play Lady Bird. Ready? Take the solo. Nice. Nice. I like it.
Sounds familiar.
It does. I'll take a chorus. You play the bass line, okay? How about you comp some chords? Nice. Yeah. Man, that's beautiful, Rob. Absolutely beautiful. Woo! Now, you haven't talked very much. Say something. You've done a lot of playing, but anything you want to talk about?
Well,
say?
just this whole process of going through, learning the licks and working through in different keys like that is so valuable, especially in these kinds of chord progressions that are very common, as Jim said, like the whole steps down, whole steps up, and then the tritone. Great ways to see if you know the licks for one thing, and then certainly being able to put them in songs. It's an essential thing to be working on.
I probably should mention, I have play-alongs for this kind of practice on my downloadable sites. It's Creating Jazz Bassline 251s. Actually, I think it's just the initials, CGBL 251s. But sure, it's exactly these and some more. And, everybody needs to work out your licks. It may seem, kind of whatever that word, kind of contrived at first, and you just play this. Well, yeah, but you do them enough and they become your own. And when you're soloing, you don't even think about them. What else, Rob? Tell us a bit about those chords you were playing. How'd you figure out those? What were those?
Well, I was just playing using I've got the high C string on here, so on my the major 7.
What notes you playing?
So I've got the third, 7, and then the 9.
Nice.
So on the major 7.
Next chord, F minor. What were you doing? Oh, nice. And the B flat 7. So as I see, you're simply using the thirds and sevenths with that extra note up
Yeah.
here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Which you could, just if you
Yeah, you didn't have to do
four
that,
string,
right?
you could.
Right, that's what I did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that sounds beautiful.
But it's the nice thing of having that other note available that you can get some more color in there.
Can I tell them a story, a little bit of this bass?
Absolutely.
Rob, we first started playing together many, many years ago, and we were doing all sorts of duet stuff. And I bought a Rob Allen bass, which is what this is. It had a real low B and it was fretless and real nice. Well, Rob thought, man, he needs something to complement. So he bought this bass with the high C. And oh boy, I probably should have been playing that bass today.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of
nice
videos of us.
combination.
Yeah, there's a bunch of videos of us doing it. And that high C just works great for comping these chords. What else you want to say, Rob?
Oh, just, all of that stuff just working out, some voicings that you can use. These are all obviously ones that you can use on many songs, but the concept of being able to play bass line, doing the melody of the tune, chords, and then having some vocabulary, which is what we're teaching today. A great way to work on all your standards that you're doing, and using those play-alongs as the ticket right there.
You bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be practicing once you've worked this material out with the audio going with you, so you got a feel for the environment of what it's going to feel like playing. I mean, these same chord changes, we could have done those over the 2-5-1s we were playing, but the song Ladybird has 2-5-1s in it, so that's why we did that.
You have videos of that too.
Oh,
and
of course I do.
downloadables
Of course
too,
I
right?
do.
Yeah.
You bet.
So
Good. Well, thanks for coming, man. This is killer.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. Fired up.